Hey y'all, welcome to the Clock Tower. I'm Colton here with Brandon, and today we're playtesting the Rin Tohsaka character deck that we profiled on the channel on Tuesday. If you haven't seen that yet, we'll put a link in the description. What we like to do is, after we profile a deck on the channel, we like to showcase it with a few games against some stuff that's at different levels of the meta. So, Brandon, you have 3 decks that you have queued up. What are those?
Starting off, we're looking at the Revue Starlight, because I can read and do math. And then from there, we're going to move into Bunny Girl Senpai, the standby deck. And then from there, go into ReZero, the budget deck that we've already previewed on the channel.
And we'll have a link to that deck as well as the gameplay that we did for that deck in the description as well. So you're opening up with Revue Starlight. This is the yellow Karako Futaba deck, right?
Yeah, there's a little bit of splash of blue in it, but the Karako Futaba is the end game goal. So we are hoping for some burn damage later down the road. But I'm actually going to start off getting some big cards onto field and then swinging for 3 damage. And we're going to get those early game cancels out of the way. And so then I will pass turn with 4,000 in the middle.
Okay. Bit of an odd hand to start with, but it is what it is.
I understand that.
We're gonna swing here for 3.
Oh, of course. Canceling would be just too easy.
So yeah.
Okay.
Aside from the having no other level zeros in my opening hand, the early game is really just trying to set up the more or less trying to set up the invitation to London salvage combo at level 1. So we don't mind getting to level 1 first because that's not a particularly big combo, but so yeah, that's usually how we try to get things going in the early game.
Oh, sorry, I didn't clock. I intentionally didn't clock.
Okay.
Because I was afraid of that right there.
Fair enough.
But I hit 2 for the brainstorm.
Also, for those of you that might not be familiar or maybe haven't watched a gameplay video of ours before, we like to play on untap.in. Nothing against Tabletop Simulator. This is just a little bit. It's a lighter program, I guess. It runs in a browser, just literally on a website. Doesn't have a lot of bugs. It's pretty consistent. The database is good and it's pretty easy to edit. So, it's a good place to play that we found anyway. So, it's typically what we use.
And it's free.
And it is free, which is nice. Unless you want custom deck backs and things like me, and then you give them $5 toward their Patreon. which is definitely worth supporting, by the way. It's probably
I'm going to swing here in the middle
definitely my favorite place to play Weiss online.
for 3. I'm going to come over here on this end for 2.
Okay.
And then over here, frontal attack for 2 with shot.
And that sticks.
And thus endeth my turn.
Not thrilled about clocking any of this. Clock this one. Or, yeah, leveling, I mean.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, we can...
That's what I
feel like we can at
didn't
least...
want to see quite yet.
I feel like we can at least work with this. Okay. So we are going to pay 1, pitch 1. To go get an invitation, which we will then put on the stage with another invitation. Now we're going to play that. We're not going to do that. We're going to do this. Should probably put them in the right place before I put the climax down, but whatever. Gonna swing for 3.
Canceling would be much too easy.
For 2.
I'll cancel on 1.
On reverse salvage. And then again for 2.
Yep.
Can actually pass the turn marker this time.
Draw 1. I am probably going to clock this time. Clocking seems like it's probably the better play. Yeah, that one. Well, oh, interesting. Okay. So you're only at 4-5.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll play that one. Play that one. Play that one. I will brainstorm one. Hit one. Choose that one. Put it to hand. And then I will begin the attack phase. I'm going to side attack here. When I do, I'm going to pay 1. To trigger twice. Okay. So for 2. And then frontal for 6k. Yeah, close. That one's going to go to hand. For 2. Okay. Then frontal here. For 2.
All right, we will draw.
I'll just put the counters on here for the stuff on defense. The banana is only 1k. And yes, I said banana.
Yeah, I heard you. I heard you.
Because I watched the show.
It was a good show.
Well,
It was well worth watching. Okay.
Definitely one of the best ones of the season. Although stuck behind that high dive paywall.
That really was.
People got a chance to watch it.
That really was unfortunate. It was good, and not enough people got the chance to see it. Definitely worth your trial, though. Worth the free trial, if that's something you're willing to get set up.
There are very few shows that I've actually done free trials for. This would be one of them.
Look at the top card. It is. So I'll take it.
Take it.
We are going to
Push for damage. Yeah, you are. I'm fully expecting to see the climax. I know. I know. The question is, can I even set up at level 3 when the time you're done?
We're gonna brainstorm first. Knowing that we will find nothing because I don't want to give you a deck that has no climaxes in it to swing into.
Hmm. That power is going to be interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna
I think
we're gonna
it's
give
gonna be enough.
we're gonna give the 2000 to the Rin in the middle.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna play the climax. And when we do that, I can pay the 1, look at up to 4 from the top of my deck, choose 1 and add it to hand. I'm gonna only look at 3 and add that one. And then I'm gonna swing here for 2.
Just making sure you blind stocked, right?
I did not blind stock, thank you. So, hold on, I gotta fix the order.
Yeah, we power tie, so.
I think it did that right.
It's a power tie, so I get reversed here too.
And then we'll swing in for 2.
Yep. I am gonna pay out the encore for this one.
Okay.
This way. And then draw. Draw 1. That is not going to be as helpful. So I'm going to clock that one. Draw 2. Refresh.
Normally I don't like to sacrifice that many cards in the mid-game. That's not usually something I like. But the opportunity to push for damage was there. And I also think that I will, once I draw off refresh, I think that there are enough pieces in the deck where I'm going to be able to draw into something that will get me something I can use. Which is not something you usually hear me say.
That actually isn't what I want. That's fine, I actually want card in the waiting room anyway. So I'm going to put the top 2 in the waiting room. Climax, so it's level 0, no characters, so it doesn't decrease side attack, but that doesn't really truly matter. I'm going to attack here.
Okay.
For 2.
That hits. And I'm going to take the refresh real quick.
For 2. Oh, yep, sorry. Yep.
And then for 2.
Yep. Got so focused on my own board, forgot what you were doing. And then for 3.
Yikes, okay.
I'll take that.
Alright. We'll draw. We'll clock ourselves to level 3. Okay. I'm going to top check. Well, I'd rather have that than some of the stuff I have in hand currently, so... and then we'll try again.
I mean...
Nope, that doesn't help. Okay. I was not planning on getting pushed to level 3. This isn't terrible, but it's not ideal. I figured 7 on 32 would net 1 cancel.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that stockpile disappear.
For 2.
For 2. Yep.
And then we're going to pay the 1 to burn.
Reverse. Oh, that's right. You get to burn. Yep, that's enough for the burn. Okay. Yep.
And then the swing for 3.
1, 2. Cancel on 3. I live another day. But only just.
And then for 3 once again.
Cancel on 1.
Okay.
And that gets reversed. During my encore phase. This level 2 over here. Beginning my encore step. Pay 1, put this card in the waiting room. If I do, I can bring that one on stage. When this one is placed on stage from your hand, choose one of your characters and gains 2,000 power to end of turn. That is meaningless at this point, because it's on my encore phase. But it is on the stage. So then I draw.
Little unorthodox way of getting to this point, but here we are.
Yeah. Pay 1. Draw 2. That one there. Okay. Gonna play that one. P2. There's my issue. Okay. Good. Play that one. When that one's placed on stage from hand, look at the top 2 cards and put them back on top in any order. Okay. Okay. Play that one. I'm going to do the climax combo, pay 1. So I'm putting that one, because it has both names, into the waiting room. So when damage dealt is canceled, I can burn 2 on all 3. Oh, sorry, right? Reading is hard. On all of my other characters. So there's just the 2 on the ends. Get that.
Okay.
And so I will begin here. When this character attacks, I can pay 1 and put 1 card from my hand into the waiting room. If I have Carrico in the middle, which I do, you may deal 1 damage to your opponent.
Okay.
Yep. Perfect. And then I swing for the actual attack, which is for 4.
Okay.
And when it's canceled, I deal 2. Okay. Now I'm going to go for the much simpler attack in the middle. This is for math, for 3. And now watch this get canceled. I'm at 10-5 with the frontal attack, so I think those 2 are reversed.
Yeah,
But this last one is going to be crashing.
Okay.
Because it's going to be crashing for... Well, okay, it's going to be for 3 with shot. Okay. So, it cancels.
Mm-hmm.
When damage dealt by this card is canceled, I guess I'll go with the deal 2 first, and then the trigger.
Okay.
Right? No, it should be trigger then 2. 1 then 2.
Okay. I don't.
They're simultaneous effects.
Okay. So, so the shot for 1.
For 1. Man, you're gonna cancel both of these. For 2.
Oh man,
I called it.
You did.
So yeah.
I am going
Encore step.
to... Yeah, so I'm going to encore this guy. This one survives.
Makes sense.
This goes away. Alright, let's see if we can actually... let's see if we can actually push for enough here. It'll be interesting to say the least. We'll draw. We're not going to clock, but... this is going to come as a complete shock to you what I drew. Seeing as how my almost every card in my deck is a climax at this point. I said in the video from Tuesday that this deck does a really good job getting out of bad compression, but it doesn't have a whole lot of pieces to compress. So sitting at 5 climaxes on 14 cards is pretty good. Sitting at 4 out of 8 is pretty much... I don't think I've ever done that with this deck, so... yeah, so... Uncharted territory. So, we'll see. I think you're... I can account for 5, so you're sitting at, I think... no better than 3 on 12. So, we'll see. We're going to swing for a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So... Dang it.
5.
Of course. Wow. All right.
Once it gets to 4, you're like, you might as well stick.
We're going to pay out the burn.
Yep.
All right. So...
that's a good game.
I feel like you should be out now, or at least very close. I know where 7 of them are. So we're gonna swing. for 3. I don't remember if you have another one that you triggered that. I don't know if you have another one. I don't remember if you have another one that you triggered. But at the very least, I don't know. Between the refresh and the burn, we'll see what happens. Pay out the 1 for the burn.
Yep.
Of course, it would come down to something like this. The swing for 3.
Refresh.
Last card. And
Game.
okay. So I got all of my I got all of my endgame pieces in the first half of the game. So I was actually able to go and get the brainstormer and the Rin, the Fuyuki Rin off of the level 1. So when I refreshed, I was able to control the I was able to control the refresh. So that I was able to get all of my climaxes into waiting room. That's one of the strengths of this deck, is that it actually has a lot of stock and waiting room control. So, and obviously, you don't plan on going from 7 and 32 to 4 out of 8, but that definitely helped. Especially considering that I didn't get my cancels from, what was it? You pushed me from 1-6. You pushed me from 1-6 to 3-0, I think, something like that.
Pretty close, yeah.
So, because I clocked myself into 3-0.
Yeah.
So what about on your end? Like, you didn't get your level 1 climax off, even though you had all of your level 1s in field. What happened?
I didn't draw the climax.
Figured.
I don't have tools to go get the climax.
Same.
I didn't clock early on, mainly because I knew I was going to get the pieces, and I didn't want to have to discard cards from hand.
Sure.
Mainly because cards are such
Yeah, but
are much more difficult to come by with this deck.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be bleeding hand.
Sure, but when you
had I clocked there, I would have drawn into the 2 climaxes.
But clocking is the climax draw engine for any deck that doesn't have a gate trigger or something like that. So, I mean, I hear you. It's a risk you have to take. It's a risk you have to weigh, rather.
And realistically, the climax combo itself wasn't as much of a big deal, because the combo itself isn't like great. Because it's just.
Do you mind putting one of the level 1s out onto the field real quick so I can look at it?
Reveal the top part of the deck. Yeah, sorry. Reveal the top part of the deck, and if it's a Revue character, put it into hand.
So it's just straight plussing. It's essentially a draw 1.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. So
because because I don't even think you're running the events in this, do you? Everything is a Revue character that isn't a climax, right?
Correct.
Fair enough. But yeah, so yes.
It would plus, but I had the cards in places that I needed, so like I didn't need the level 1 climax combo as much as more cards is always helpful.
Sure.
I had the cards that I wanted at the end game. I just didn't have the stock for it. Mainly because I paid out the 3 stock in order to make sure I refreshed with climaxes.
Sure. No, that makes sense.
Instead of them all being.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember if I thought you had triggered one earlier, but I just usually I remember those things, but I couldn't remember if you had paid that one out or not. So, I mean, clearly you hadn't.
I miscounted.
Fair enough. All right, well, that's game 1. So this time you have Bunny Girl, right?
I do. Stand by, Bunny Girl. Oh, man. Okay, what am I discarding? I'm getting rid of you. And you. Yeah, 4. Okay.
I need to get rid of something. Alright. Okay. And we'll draw for turn. Swing for 2.
Okay. Well, let's start with that one.
If you had told me that you could build a school uniform around Jim Tressel's sweater vest and it would look good, I wouldn't have believed you. Keep in mind, I'm at 3,500 with the altar because I have only one in stock.
Well, if I discarded a climax there, it would have been 3,500 too. But that is not the case. So instead, I'll play that one and that one and that one. Beginning of climax phase, I can give 1,000 to the character in the middle, and she gets 1,000 from the climax, so she's actually at 4.
Okay.
5. She's at 4/5 because of the assist to the back, and swinging. And for here, for 3. We're just gonna, pick up where we left off.
I guess.
Canceling everything.
All right. Draw. Clock, draw 2.
2/5 in the middle, 1/5 on the end.
Okay. We're gonna rainstorm.
Sure.
I did shuffle this. Okay. So I can grab 2, so I'm gonna grab these 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because I need some on-play filter. I forgot to top check off the brainstormer. Oh well. I'm supposed to look at the top when I put it into the field, but I forgot to do that. And it just goes back. That's disappointing. How much are we at in the middle? You're at 2,500 in the middle, right?
Yep. 2515. Sorry, just trying to plan out some of the next steps. Like, hey, where am I going next? I think I know, but at the same time, I want to make sure I'm aware of the cards that I've revealed.
All right, we're just gonna stay.
And because it's a standby deck, having standby targets is helpful.
We're just gonna stay here and swing for 2.
Yep. Okay. Oh. Very true. Brainstorm. Okay. Those go to waiting room. And that one's going to be come back. I don't know why I tapped it, but I did, just to show that it was brainstorming.
Fair enough.
Just a pay one.
Sure.
And choose one card in hand and put it into waiting room. Okay. Climax phase. So then I'm just gonna give the power to Nautica on the left here, the yellow. So she's at 4K.
Okay.
Let's swing over here first, though. For 3. For 3. I had to take advantage of the compression there,
I mean, yeah.
or the lack thereof. Just because you had 4 in waiting room.
Okay.
And then this one for 1.
Okay. All right. We're going to top check.
I really like tabletop. Not tabletop. I like this one, untap, because I can just come over here and just check your waiting room like every 10 seconds.
Yeah. No, it's. I think the interface is just easier to use, which, I mean, I don't know. I might also just, I don't know. It's just a simpler, cleaner interface to me. I don't need 3D graphics and rolling dice. I would rather just have something that's clean and simple.
That's annoying. Okay.
I did the thing again.
Yeah, I figured.
It's so. Oh my gosh! It's.
I
This is
did the
this
I
is
did the runner ability.
this is the kind of thing that doesn't happen when you're using actual cards.
No, very much so.
Quarantine's fun. We're gonna swing for 2.
Ooh, I still cancel anyway.
Gonna swing for 2.
I don't cancel there.
All right. While you do that,
Leveling. Meeting room.
okay, and for 3.
Yep.
All right.
Draw 1. Clock 1. Draw 2.
I probably could have brainstormed for compression there.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Nautico with the very nice hat.
Play that one.
Hats are good. Weiss needs more hats.
4. Choose that one into hand.
If anyone's watching this and has made it this far, first of all, congratulations, you've made it this far. I'm impressed that anyone actually watches this for that length of time. Secondly, I'm very sorry about my furious clicking and constant scrolling through waiting rooms.
Okay. What's your power level at? I didn't even think to look at this.
Both the Rins are at 55. The successors at 1500. But both the invitations have 5500.
Yeah, I think it's just the 1,000.
It's just the normal.
500 on the field.
It's just the normal 1,000. Yeah.
Okay, so I should slide that one over. Play those two, and I will actually brainstorm one more time. Because I have not brainstormed yet, but I'm just going to brainstorm one. There it is. Perfect. Perfect. That's what I wanted. Waiting room. Choose that one. Into hand. Discarding one. That's what we needed. At the beginning of your climax phase, I'm giving 1,000 power to the one in the middle.
Okay.
And then I am standby for the climax. That one. You are tapped. Arrested. And this should be real interesting. Because that's all that's going to happen, because the rest of this combo is going to be worthless. So we're going to pay 1 here to attack.
For 2, right?
For 2. And then the refresh happens. So I cannot salvage a character. The same thing's going to happen here. And then the same thing's going to happen here. With the gate, even.
Oh no. Now the game is just mocking you.
Oh, please do. Please do.
Now the cards mock your hubris. So I'm at 2-0, and everything goes to waiting room. All right. We're gonna draw. Okay. We're gonna clock this one to draw 2. We are going to brainstorm.
Oh, now he's down to his magic number of 5. I don't see it down there, so I assume it's in his hand. Those runs are at 6K.
Okay.
The other one's at 5.5.
Okay.
Well, you get to show off to the camera now. You get to tell the camera your plans without telling me. Everyone else is in on it. There's no way you... Yeah. There's no way you didn't have it there.
I appreciate how you, I feel like you keep making comments about my hand, thinking that I'm going to say something to you that reveals what's in my hand.
No, I know what your next play is in my head. Like, so I think I know
I'm
what your
still,
next play is.
I'm still trying to figure out what my next play is, because honestly, like, this could go in a couple of different directions, and I'm trying to figure out what my best move is, because I feel like I have the resources to make the right play. I just need to figure out what that play is. Yeah, I think that... Yep, I think that's the play. All right, we are gonna pay out another brainstorm. There you are. All right. All is well now. Yeah, that's more like we're gonna go get this guy. And then free refresh.
And yep, you just carded that one. Okay. And the free fresh.
I don't feel like that was ideal, but it's certainly not like bad. Now it's weird. Let's try. Yeah, honestly, we're gonna brainstorm again. My one complaint about untap is that it throws the cards all over the place after refresh.
He just wants to put it back where you had him.
I appreciate the effort. We're gonna brainstorm one more time. Okay. Just gonna try to somewhat normalize our compression a little bit, as well as go get something that helps us. We're gonna put you on the stage. So you're at. So I see the zeros. Are you?
What did you discard?
What's that?
Discard.
Yes.
The zeros just mark the 500 power.
Okay. pretty sure I failed to discard at least one other time. Because I didn't even think about the ring. I didn't even think about the discard, not gonna lie. So. So they're sitting at 6,000, you said?
Yep, the two with zeros are at 6. The one with the not is 5-5.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. We're gonna swing here for 2.
Yep.
In spite of me forgetting to discard because I don't know how to play this game, I feel like, especially for a deck that has burn, I think this deck has a lot of control. Like, not necessarily control of the board, but control of the deck. Gonna swing here for 2.
I will cancel on 2.
Alright, and then we'll swing here for 2.
That does hit.
And then we get a free waiting room.
Well, what does that look like? Okay. 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 This'll work. Gonna early play, not that one. That is not that early play condition. Brainstorm. Brainstorming helps. For 0. I will brainstorm one more time. Okay, that was a lie. I'm probably gonna brainstorm one more.
Aren't spammable brainstormers great?
There we go.
Y'all, he found one.
Then we're gonna... I'm gonna bring that one in. So that way I can play it here to now early play. When I early play, reveal the top card of the deck. If it is a level 1 or lower, I can put it into stock. To stock you go. And when it's placed from hand to when I place this on stage from my hand, I may put the top card of my clock into my waiting room. Perfect. Now that all of that is done, I am going to
What's everything at power-wise?
changing.
Okay.
It's 6K on the end, in front of the Rin.
Okay.
And that. So then I'm gonna come down here. Kidding. Oh, decisions. Yeah, go with that one. Okay, so she's still 6K.
Okay.
I'll attack with the one in the middle first.
Okay.
For 4.
He's just swinging for 4 in the middle. What are you at power-wise across the front row?
The 8-5 is as you see it.
Okay.
Which is great fun. And the other one is at 6.
Okay.
0. So I'm swinging with one in the middle for 4.
Okay.
And you cancel on 1.
Okay.
As you do.
Yep. Okay.
I'm going to swing over here.
Okay.
Frontal attack.
I'm going to back up.
I figured.
And I'm going to pay the 2.
Oh, no.
So this... yeah, so this goes to waiting room, and this gets reversed.
Yep. Okay.
So the swing for how many? 4? 3?
3. Because standby doesn't give soul.
Right.
And then over here...
Probably like the top reason I don't play standby is because the climaxes don't actually give soul. And canceled. Okay.
However, I reverse, right? And so because I reverse, I can choose a character in my waiting room and return it to hand.
Okay. All right. We're going to draw. And we're going to clock and draw 2 more. Okay. So you can stand up. We're going to top check. The one in the middle is at 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am going to take it.
This one in the middle is at 9,000.
Right.
Sorry, 9.5.
Okay.
Pardon the backup. Assist, whatever words are.
Words are famously difficult. Okay. We're gonna swing for 2.
We'll cancel.
We're gonna swing for 2. And for 1.
Okay. Draw 1. Clock 1. Draw 2. That's not yet what I wanted to do. I'm just adding counters.
Huh.
Okay. For 3.
Okay.
And for 2. For 2 again. Or sorry. Yep, 3. But you cancel on 1.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. We're gonna draw.
That was kind of my thought as well.
I'm going to pitch one. Get rid of this.
Yeah. Waiting room.
Oh, I heal these two. So swinging for 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
We're going to pay to burn 1.
Burn 1.
And then for 3.
Yep. That's game.
So, how important was the... I don't play Bunny Girl, so I know, like, obviously I know early plays are a big part of what you do with this. How big was that, was the backup that got rid of both of those early plays? Because, like, when you put when you put the deck together, like, that's the play that you dream of with a card like that. It's like, I could add 1,000 and get it, and get a reverse that way, and I could also get rid of an early play. That's kind of what you hope for when you see that that card has both of those effects on it. So, but being on the other side of that, like, was that a big deal, or?
I mean, yes, because it took away cards off field. Like, it took away essentially 4 stock off the field.
Mm-hmm.
So yes,
That's that's really what I was going for. I was hoping that, and I mean that's what removal does, right? It wastes
that's what it does. It's supposed to cut off the game there.
Yeah, it wastes whatever your opponent put into those resources is the idea. I don't.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. I guess, like, when I put this deck together and I've been playing with it, like, I don't think of it as being, like, full of targeted removal, because that isn't really what it, like, does. As, like, a big. It's not like, it's not disruption. Like, I don't play a lot of disruption. This is not even necessarily disruption first deck, but it has enough disruption to really mess with some of those bigger decks, like this one, which is rather famously big.
Mm-hmm. Like, I had a backup in hand, but it wasn't gonna mean much until this last card.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, because you were removing the bigger pieces anyway.
Yeah.
On my turn, so the backup never really came into play.
Mm-hmm. And that's also, like, I mean, I think that, like, and I know this probably isn't, like, a super popular take, but I think that power is the most overrated attribute in this game. Because you can find power, right? You can find power pump, but there's always going to be a card that's bigger. So effects that deal with bigger cards, especially targeted removal, like, because you have a bodyguard that just never showed up. Like, that was the one that was in the back row.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was still level 2.
Right.
Last turn.
No,
so
right. But what I mean is, like, even if that had shown up, like, the archer. That's why I was holding on to the archer, and I was actually a little bit hesitant to play it on this last turn, because I was like, do I push for game, or, do I wait until I can, use it to get rid of the bodyguard? But I knew I had to push, and I also knew that your compression wasn't great. How many climaxes did you have? I thought you had probably 5 out of those 24.
I still have 6 in the deck.
You have 6. Wow. So that's game 2. So far so good for this one. Um, I
On the next
think
one.
I think it has more. I think it can deal with more things than people realize. Like I'm not, and then I'm not, and like you know, I'm not trying to say this deck is great. It's not. It's good, but it's not great. But it has more thing. It has more ways to deal with stuff that's in the meta than I think uh, folks realize. So, all right. So game three. Brandon, you're playing the ReZero budget deck this time, right?
Yeah. We're gonna see what we can do with this. That is a big number.
Um. So, the magic of the internet makes it look like no time has passed between games two and three. Surprisingly enough, as it turns out, time has passed. Um, Enough time so that the deck video has gone up.
For 4.
That's an obnoxious number of climaxes for like how many do you have in hand? My gosh. Um, anyway, um, so anyway, as I was saying, the Reen deck video is up now, and um, of course, within the first 24 hours, mistakes were found because that's just how it goes. I was able to fix one of them. I said that the Azoth dagger did something that it didn't, which is obnoxious mostly because like I know what it does and doesn't do. I just said the wrong thing, said something that didn't make sense. So that's irritating. But that got fixed. But unfortunately, I couldn't fix the other issue, which was that I didn't include the heroics in the final deck list and the priced out version of the deck list. So that's a little irritating. So I did the best I could with, you know, a makeshift annotation, but it is what it is. So that's always a good time, finding mistakes in your finished projects that you can't really go back and fix. Um, yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
and also,
it happens to all.
I also definitely forgot to pitch one on the brainstormer at least once in our last game. So that's also fun. So yeah, just, straight up not a good time over here
Well,
with some of these
that's why we're
things.
looking forward to time when cards can be played in person.
That is valid.
So that way, just some of the procedural things get uh, put back in order.
It is, I think that I think most everyone who's trying to play Weiss right now would agree that it's a lot easier to, um, it is a lot easier to do this in person. We're gonna swing.
Sure,
Oh,
I'm running though, so
okay. So
I assume you're side attacking.
sure for two.
Correct? That was a side?
Yes, as long as you're running, it's a side. Yes.
Draw one.
So yeah, so
Clock one.
the procedural error
Draw two.
on the brainstorm from the last game wouldn't have affected the outcome. If anything, it hurt me. I think is I think the conclusion that we came to because I pitched a I didn't get a chance to pitch a climax before a refresh, but in any case, it's still irritating because we're trying to make these good. We're trying to make these, not just our practice, but also like something that demonstrates how the decks work. And obviously, misplays happen, and I mean, shoot, a pretty important misplay happened in the World semifinals last year. So it's not like these things are. It's not like these things are unique, but it's still irritating.
He's never gonna live that down.
Which is really a shame because he's such a good player and he had such a good deck and he did so well. But that's what people are going to remember, and that really sucks.
For 3, and then I'm passing the soul to Wilhelm.
There's something rather ominous sounding about saying you're going to pass the soul.
I mean, it's less ominous than the noises I hear in my own backgrounds. I'm pretty sure I heard a paper shredder go off. And I am all alone. So that's fun.
That's terrifying.
I'm gonna swing in the middle here.
Okay.
For 2. And then I'm going to Frontal attack here for 2k for 3 because of the additional soul. But you cancel anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
So you're at 6,000 in the middle, right?
Yep, 6,000 in the middle. My little felt over here gives an additional 1,500 power to get it up to 6. Because this deck focuses on the one card in the middle getting big for the early game. Helps save some cost later on. Although it doesn't necessarily help if you level up faster than I do. But I think that's about to change here real quick.
So, you're gonna power pump the Invitation to London in the middle, so she'll be at 75.
Yep, just like that.
We'll put that into stock, and then we're gonna start swinging. Okay, for 2.
Cancel on 2.
So now I get the door trigger and I get the on reverse. Then we're gonna swing here for 3.
Okay.
Did you take 3?
I took 2 because I was being silly. Because I didn't want to take 3. Just wanted to take 2. Level 1. Okay. Draw the 1. Draw the 2.
I forgot to go get my third on the other reverse, so I'm gonna do that real quick.
For 3.
Okay.
And I'll side attack here. For 1.
Alright, you gonna do anything with the wind trigger?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Mine are at 2-5.
Okay. Okay. Alright, well now at least I feel like I have options.
Well, I hope so with 9 cards.
First things first, we're gonna
You
brainstorm.
better have options.
Oh. I forgot to look at the top card, but the top card was a climax, so I would have left it. Then we are going to brainstorm one more time.
And they are both runners, so when you are ready
Yeah.
to attack, can you
Yeah,
say something and I'll move them around?
yeah. Okay. We're gonna power pump the as a mage. Rin.
Mm-hmm.
So that's at 3,500. The invitation's at 55, and the in charge of Fuyuki's at 4,000.
Okay.
And then we're gonna swing.
Running.
For 1.
Frontal attack for 1.
Yep.
1 hits. I will back that one up though for power to make it 4K.
Okay. Swing for 1.
1 hits.
And for 2.
2 hits. Draw 1. Clock 1. Draw 2. Gonna play this one for pay 1, discard 1, and I'm going to declare Crush and Felix, which was dumb because Felix isn't in there. So that is a miss.
But you still get the crush, right?
Nope, I have to get them both.
Do you want to rewind to that and do that differently?
Nope.
Okay. Because I can literally, like, mute all of that so that you could go get something else if you wanted.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm good. This is going to be 8-5 in the middle with the climax.
Okay.
I have 3 or more, because I have a total of 3. So I can look up 2. One into waiting room, 1 on top. I can then discard 1 to stock 1, and then look at the top 2. Put 1 into my hand, and 1 into the waiting room. That one in the waiting room. And the actual swing for 3.
Okay.
Swing over here for 3. Yep. And then swing here for 2. Oh. It's only during your turn. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
He is bigger.
Yep. I only get the 2,000 on my turn. Alright. Well, that cancel came in clutch. Because we're going to draw. Then we're not going to clock. But we will do that. So free refresh and draw, which sounds good to me. 7,000 in the middle?
7-5.
Okay. We're going to swing for a gate trigger that does not help us. So for 1.
Yep.
For 1 again. And for 1 again.
Clock 1. Draw 2. Refresh.
How does your deck typically do with hand size?
Hand size is usually very small.
It usually runs small?
The
Okay.
size that it is now is about what it's expected to be.
It's kind of what I thought.
What I'm trying to figure out is, what do I want to do from here? Because I'm paying 2 here to search out a character in my deck. But I'm just debating which one I want. It's actually a tough choice. A lot tougher than I actually thought it would be. Okay. That one. Attack phase. Your archer's at 5/5.
Yep.
Okay. Good. Because it's 6k coming at it frontal. When it do the little filter effect. That one down and swing for that one for 2. Okay. And then well, I will actually put that into hand and just for 2.
So that puts me at level 3. And I'm going to clock encore this. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not. The risk of clocking a climax is too much for that. Okay. We will, however, draw. Clock and draw 2. Okay. Let's see what we can do. So we're going to put this one down. Yeah, pay 1, pitch 1, and go looking.
I'm in a very interesting position because I can still get all of the cards that I want for my end game through top decking, and that's amazing.
I'm going to look at the top card, and I will put that into waiting room, and then I'll pay 1 to brainstorm. That is definitely better. Okay. we're going to step over here,
Okay.
pay the 2 and heal the 1. Then we're going to step over here. And here we go. I'm going to swing here for 5.
Okay. Thanks, cards.
I figured you have what, 6 in there? 7? I think you had 7, because I know you have 1 in hand. I'm pretty confident you have 1 in hand.
I actually think I have 5 in there.
Okay.
So
oh, that's right, because you triggered. Because you triggered. I forgot you triggered. Yep. I was like, you have. I thought you had 6 or 7, because I forgot you triggered the second one. So that wasn't in the plan, but I'm also not going to. I'm not gonna be too upset about hitting that one. All right, so then we're gonna pay that one out for the burn.
Yep.
Okay. And then we're gonna swing for 3.
Well. Okay.
Oh
this
my!
might be in-game.
Oh my! We're gonna burn.
Cancel the burn.
Okay. All right. And now for 3. Unbelievable.
Yep, that hits.
I said in the video that this deck can win games from level 2, but yeah, I was seriously, and we talked about this many times, how like every time I have not pushed for game, when I felt like I had even a small chance to push, it's come back to bite me. So like, whenever I get a chance to push, I'm gonna push.
The bottom 3 cards of my deck were climaxes.
Of course they were. I didn't think I was gonna stick. I didn't think I was gonna stick 10 with only 2 of my burn combo in play, but this is why we push for win when it's mathematically possible, everyone. Because you never know. You never know what's going to happen with the deck. So that aside, my good luck down the stretch aside, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't have an ideal start. I ate a lot of damage off the top. I didn't even particularly cancel a lot down the stretch. Because what turn is it?
You would have this turn. Like.
Yeah, no, I know I have 2. I have 2 out of I have 2 still in the 10, which is from 3-0 that's enough. Like 9 times out of 10, 2 climaxes and 10 cards is going to be enough to save you. Well, maybe 8 times out of 10 from a 3-0 spot. So, like, it wasn't great. I hoped I wasn't going to trigger the 1, so when I did, I was like, oh, no. If I trigger 2, then I'm pretty much dead in the water. But yeah, no, being able to, having, again, some semblance of deck control with the top checks and the brainstorms, it's enough. So yeah, we don't do this. We don't. I don't know. I don't anticipate that a deck is going to go 3-0 when we. Well, or when we do gameplay. I think. Obviously you catch your luck to some extent, but hopefully, this demonstrates that this deck is at least somewhat capable. And in spite of an inefficient and imperfect pilot, the deck is pretty good. At least that's the hope. So, Brandon, do you have anything you want to say?
No, I think that it shows off your deck pretty well, and it's deck worth playing.
So, if you thought this was interesting, the link to the deck video, now amended and with fewer mistakes, is in the description, as well as if you thought this ReZero deck was interesting, which it's a shame because this deck actually has something that the Reinhard bodyguard can't be targeted. So the level 3 archer and the backup that deals with early plays literally can't affect the 3/3 Reinhard because it can't be targeted. So that's actually a pretty good matchup for this deck in terms of it does something that I can't counter with the Rin deck. So it's a deck worth watching the video for. Brandon made that video a little while back, so I will make sure there's a link to that as well as the gameplay for that in the description. I forget what it played against, but anyway, links will be all in the description for those. New deck video every other Tuesday. New Clock Talk every other Tuesday, and then there's always gameplay on Thursdays. If there's something you want to just play and open gameplay next week, drop it in the comments, and we might play it. But yeah, check out the website and like, comment, subscribe, share, and I think that's everything.
Absolutely.
All right.
We'll see you next time.
Have a good one.